As we near the winter solstice and enter the months ahead, we are afforded the opportunity to turn inward in self-reflection. This is a time on the yogic journey that we are deeply supported by turning towards our practices for support, clarity, insights, delight, and nourishment. This is a time when we can let go of what no longer serves us, uncover our hidden treasures, and set the tone and ambiance for the year ahead as we dig deep into what really matters. What is non-negotiable? What do we care for? The holiday season can bring up a lot for many of us. Old stories and wounds expose themselves. Love, laughter, and joy is shared with our loved ones. A time for giving and sharing, for remembering what is important, as well as perhaps a time for overindulgence. Welcome the entire range of experience that this season affords, and live in the question. I have been a curious, inquisitive seeker my whole life. There is so much to learn in this life. The great mystery keeps me on an intimate journey through uncharted terrain in constant awe and wonder. Growth for me happens gradually. It is not instant, it is not grandiose. On the other hand, transformation can happen in a flash, but it takes a steady and committed hand to sustain. Every discovery affords me with yet another question. I frequently identify with, I do not know. There is tremendous possibility in I do not know. It keeps us in the question and open to discovering something new, something fresh, something sacred. Oftentimes, I feel my growth does not happen fast enough for my eagerness to understand, to want to know, and know it yesterday. And so I continue to cut through my nonsense and operate from my consciously written story. I continue to paint the landscape that I wish to see, to dance to the song that I wish to hear, to create the fragrance that I wish to smell, and cook the food that I wish to taste. Each day I seek to burn the impressions that unconsciously rule me and burn a new pathway that I choose to walk upon. This endless journey is divine and sacred. It is exactly the pace and path that I am meant to be on. I can only be where I am. I can only know what I know. So I continuously commit myself to this inner adventure. I commit myself to exploring my truest nature and discovering the secrets of my heart, the inner treasures that want to be revealed. I am the author, the director, the actress, and the spectator. I have learned and continue to learn how to be tender with myself, my flaws, my shortcomings, my unconscious patterns. I have learned and continue to learn to accept all of myself, the parts that I appreciate and the parts that I struggle with. I'm learning to honor myself and what I treasure most about myself, to accept a compliment and be with it for a moment. I'm learning to be gentle with myself when I feel on edge or irritable and remind myself that I can do it differently. I don't have to react the same way that I'm conditioned. I'm learning to love myself, to be kind to myself. For this moment, I commit to myself, for myself. Then others can receive the best of me. I live in the question. I ask not, what am I doing, but why and how am I doing what I'm doing? How do my judgments, avoidances, and fears manifest in my way of thinking and my behaviors? Why am I hard on myself, and how does this appear in my relationships? How can I delicately unravel these patterns? I am curious about my BS, my belief systems, the boundaries that were inherited and the boundaries that I created. Do they support me? And if not, why am I holding on? And how can I let go? The journey is not linear. It has many twists and turns, but I keep going, and in every turn I discover new terrain to explore. A quote from Sadhguru: "For a committed person, there is no such thing as failure, just lessons to be learned on the way." Can you relate? Send me a note and share your journey. Namaste.